Now at 10, a legendary band set to rock the Dome. It could mean big bucks for our local economy.
And it was a gorgeous sunny day today. How long does the trend last? Meteorologist Peter Hall takes a look at the Easter weekend weather.
Plus, a promise made by New York's prison commissioner. Now, serious questions are raised after another deadly incident. Coming up on the news at 10, one of our reporters was prevented from entering an open meeting. How this is the latest chapter of the Syracuse Housing Authority saga.
And coming up at 10:30, we hear from the paramedic team who helped save the life of a woman who was choking at their anniversary dinner.
Coming up on NCC News at 4:30, a major update on the child care assistance grants in Onondaga County.
A beloved Syracuse tradition is back. See what's cooking at this year's Greek Fest.
And a major makeover is happening at one of Syracuse's most historic theaters. Your news starts right now. Coming up on NCC News at 4:30, inflation is hitting your wallet and your favorite diners. Find out what rising costs mean for your local spots.
A beloved Sweetheart sign has the community concerned as Rite Aid plans to shut its doors. Stick around to find out if the sign will stay or go.
And big changes are on the way with continued construction on the I-81 project. Stay tuned for what's coming up next. Your news starts right now.
Coming up next on NCC News at 4:30.
The Syracuse Mets are chasing their fourth straight win tonight. Stay tuned to see if they can keep the streak alive and climb the standings. Coming up next on NCC News at 4:30.
A local high school baseball team is looking to three-peat tonight to wrap up their season.
Coming up next on NCC News at 4:30.
An upset at the College World Series has the softball world shocked.
Coming up next on NCC News at 4:30.
A store in Thailand had an unexpected customer pay a visit. Find out who or what it was after the break. We'll be right back.
For the past 7 days, mortgage rates have taken a sharp rise. The average rate for a standard 30-year fixed mortgage was 6.83% this week. Analysts say the Trump administration's tariff and trade war with China resulted in a recent sell-off in U.S. bonds. Still, even with the spike, rates are still lower than they were at this time last year.
Now, despite the ups and downs of the economy and those interest rates, home ownership is still the dream for many Americans. But the dream is confronted by reality for buyers who are struggling to come up with down payments. According to Bankrate's Home Affordability Survey, more than 80% of American adults who don't own a home but desire to say affordability reasons hold them back. In other words, it just costs too much. Two boys are recovering tonight after stabbing each other on the north side of Syracuse. Police say it happened about 5:30 on Park and Jasper. Their injuries are not critical. Highland's also in that neighborhood. The 11 and 12-year-olds were fighting with each other. Anyone with information should contact the Syracuse police.
Police are seeking any information today about a hit and run on Onondaga Street. A 7-year-old girl was seriously injured while walking in a crosswalk. She was rushed to Upstate University Hospital after being found unconscious but breathing. Police are still investigating. Anyone with information is urged to call the Syracuse Police Traffic Division using the number below.
Exit 36 is back open after an accident on the State Thruway north of Syracuse this morning. A passenger van rolled over after being clipped by a tractor-trailer. The van had missed exit 36 and was trying to get back over. 10 of the van's 15 passengers were taken to Upstate Medical, where they were treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
Fire on John Street burned part of a vacant home earlier this evening. No one was hurt. Firefighters were on the scene, or got there in just 4 minutes, putting out the fire in about 12 minutes. That investigation is still ongoing.
3 former Marcy correctional officers were back in court today after they were charged with the death of Robert Brooks. 2 of them, Matthew Gallagher and Nicholas Kiefer, are asking a judge to drop the charges. Gallagher says he never hurt Brooks, while Kiefer claims he didn't cause serious injury. Prosecutors argue both played key roles in the deadly beating. A third officer, David Kingsley, isn't fighting the charges. He just wants a separate trial. More hearings are set for mid-July.
The race for the next mayor of Syracuse is becoming clearer. Last night's debate between the 3 Democratic Party candidates was the first time Pat Hogan, Joel Majoke, and Deputy Mayor Sharon Owens all shared a stage. The trio were asked questions on the city's incoming Micron factory, I-81 project, and compliance with federal immigration policy.
Onondaga County is putting together a short-term stop on new applications for child care assistance starting June 1st.
The program helps low-income families afford childcare and provides grants to childcare facilities who are struggling with funding.
But county officials say the demand has surged and the money is running out. Current receivers won't lose benefits, but new applicants will go on a wait list until more funding.
All this spring rain is causing high water levels on the Erie Canal, and that's holding some boaters back. Many haven't launched yet or are waiting to bring their boats up because parts of the canal remain closed. The Canal Corporation says the water is safe for travel, but flooding did cause damage near Little Falls. Crews are monitoring the area and a reopening decision is expected later this week.
Thank you, Ryan. Rite Aid is closing more stores nationwide, including the North Syracuse location at Sweetheart Corner. That's raised one big question. What will happen to the iconic heart-shaped sign? The landmark has been at the Taft Road and Route 11 intersection since the 1950s. And while the Rite Aid sign will come down, the heart itself is staying put. The family who owns the property says they plan to bring in a new business, but the beloved sign isn't going anywhere.
Wegmans in DeWitt is testing out smart shopping carts, and they're rolling out to the public on June 27. The carts have screens and scanners so you can scan and bag items as you shop. The DeWitt location is one of 4 stores in New York State testing the carts. Wegmans says the goal is to make shopping easier, but they're still working out the kinks.
A Syracuse alum, Moshabe Toa, just won the Pulitzer Prize for his writing in The New Yorker. Toa is a Palestinian poet who earned his master's in fine arts from Syracuse University. His writing focuses on the realities of living in Gaza during the ongoing war. Following the ICE detainment of a Venezuelan immigrant, New Yorkers protested in support of the man, a student in the New York City public school district. Protesters rallied in solidarity after they say Dylan, a 20-year-old Venezuelan immigrant and student, was duped into giving up his asylum status. Over the last 8 days, Dylan was shuttled into 4 different states, and he's currently locked up in western Pennsylvania. Protesters say Dylan is in the United States legally and has no prior criminal record.
Today, President Donald Trump is defending his decision to send thousands of troops to Los Angeles. He claimed, quote, "If we didn't get involved, LA would be burning again," end quote. His comments come after 5 days of protesting following controversial immigration raids. While demonstrations started peacefully, they turned violent over the weekend, prompting Trump to deploy 4,000 National Guard members and 600 Marines. Critics say it's an illegal overreach.
Today is Elon Musk's last day at the White House. Musk was only allowed to serve 130 days as a special government employee heading the Government of Department Efficiency, or DOGE. Trump had nothing but praise for Elon upon his departure.
And he's one of the greatest business leaders and innovators the world has ever produced. He stepped forward to put his very great talents into the service of our nation, and we appreciate it.
As the head of DOGE, Musk was meant to reduce spending in the federal government. He says he will be stepping back from politics and refocusing on his businesses.
Today marks 1 year since President Trump was convicted on 34 charges. Trump was found guilty by a New York jury and became the only former president to be found guilty of a felony. Tensions are high, are fleeing their homes as massive wildfires continue to burn out of control. There are over 170 ongoing wildfires in Canada as smoke from the blazes are set to reach the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. In Manitoba, over 17,000 people were ordered to evacuate their homes, the province's largest evacuation in living memory. From Alberta, you can see the smoke rising above the trees as roads are closed off.
In more trending news tonight, Marvel fans, Marvel Entertainment has released a new trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps, showing the superhero quartet in an alternate 1960s Manhattan. Pedro Pascal is cast as Mr. Fantastic and Vanessa Kirby, the Invisible Woman. The Fantastic Four First Steps opens in theaters July 25th.
Snoop Dogg is releasing a new gospel album called Altar Call. The album is dedicated to his late mother, Beverly Tate. The album has 21 tracks with guest appearances from artists like Jamie Foxx and the Death Row Mass Choir. The album's first single drops tomorrow, just in time for Easter.
Students at Spalding University in Louisville got to enjoy the 52nd annual running of the rodents today. That's right. And the tradition is a fun-filled stress reliever for students as they prepare for their final exams. Rocket earned herself a mini trophy and a garland of Fruit Loops.
That's a nice reward. I mean, once you named her Rocket, you knew she was going to be fast and a winner.
Exactly. Listen, all you need to say is whoever wins gets Fruit Loops, and I'm there.
That's true. That's better than every time.
He's back in Syracuse, and he's turning up the heat once again. The chef stopped by Kitty Hoynes for an episode of his show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Triple D Nation. This is the second time Kitty Hoynes has been featured on a Guy Fieri show. The first time was back in 2012. The new episode titled Barbecue, Biscuits, and a Meatball Bake will be aired tonight at 9 on Food Network. A store owner in Thailand was caught off guard Monday by an unusual thief. A wild
elephant was caught on a surveillance camera walking right up to the shop.
It used its trunk to move a freezer and then helped itself to some sweet treats.
Park rangers were called. They were eventually able to coax the elephant away, but not before it ate several bags of dried peanuts and peanut snacks. And I know, Cedric, you've seen these things in person.
Yeah, I was in Thailand not too long ago, Caleb. You could just go on the side of the road and there are just elephants right there. It's so cool to see up close.